Good afternoon, my dear students. Come to the live session. Yeah, the topic is discontinued, that is ether. So now I will continue. Observe it carefully what happens. First, reaction with excess of hydrogen iodide. The reaction with hydrogen iodide we are discussing. The ethers when it is reacting with hydrogen iodide. Sir, hydrogen iodide, in case if you take excess of hydrogen iodide, what happens? Then limited hydrogen iodide, what happens? Say, look, my dear students. The first, number one, if you take diethyl ether, CH3 bond CH2 bond O, bond CH2 bond CH3. We call it is diethyl ether, or IUPAC name ethoxyethane, right? Diethyl ether we call. Yes, clear. If you take excess of hydrogen iodide, clear, my dear students? So both alkyl groups are converted into alkyl iodides, that are CH3 bond CH2 bond I, plus then hydrogens, two hydrogens, one oxygen, then H2O will be formed. So this is in case both are alkyl groups, both alkyl groups can be converted into iodides, then the oxygen, two hydrogen atoms can be converted into hydrogen iodide. See the second one. So in case, so one of the alkyl group, in the place of one of the alkyl group, then benzene is there, then oxygen, then CH2 bond CH3 is there. Even if you take hydrogen iodide is excess, even if you take excess, then the hydrogen atom must be attached to the oxygen. Here in between the oxygen, then carbon, double bond character is there due to the presence of lone pair of electrons. So look at, my dear students, in case the benzene is there, the benzene attached with any electron donating groups like OH, then when the lone pair of electrons are there, that will be involved in the delocalization. Once that involved in the delocalization, then in between the carbon and oxygen, double bond will be formed, the positive charge will be formed. So double bond character in between the carbon and oxygen is more stable. So that is the reason bond it won't break in this case. ఇక్కడ బాండ్ బ్రేక్ అవ్వదు. అదే ఆల్కైల్ గ్రూప్ అయితే ఈజీగా ఇక్కడ బాండ్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ బాండ్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది. సరే, ఇక్కడ అయోడిన్ దెన్ టూ హైడ్రోజన్ ఆటమ్స్ మధ్యలో దెన్ H2O గా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. క్లియర్. బట్ ఇక్కడ సార్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ద కార్బన్ అండ్ ఆక్సిజన్ దే వోంట్ బ్రేక్ బాండ్ because you have seen that in between the carbon and oxygen double bond character is there, right? So that is what, sir, first excess of hydrogen iodide if you take, then phenol will be formed. Definitely phenol will be formed. OH, then plus the remaining alkyl group C2H5, that will be converted into iodine ga convert avutadi. Sir, by mistake in the third one, see, look at benzene attached with the CH2 group, then after O bond CH2 bond CH3, like this will be there. At this case, definitely if we use excess of hydrogen iodide, look, my dear students, observing the roughly, then both bonds will be break. Here there is no double bond character, even there is no double bond character, iodine here, then iodine here, two hydrogen atoms removed as H2O. See, look at the benzyl iodide will be formed. Benzyl group is what? Benzene attached with the CH2 we call benzyl, then iodide, benzyl iodide, then C2H5 ethyl iodide. So like this will be formed. Clear? Understand? H2O, last one, H2O. So the excess of hydrogen iodide తీసుకున్నప్పుడు రియాక్షన్ లో జరుగుతుంది. Sir, in case limited hydrogen iodide, if you take limited hydrogen iodide, so excess of hydrogen iodide, if you take, both alkyl groups can be converted into iodides. The special case it is in case benzene group directly attached to the oxygen, at that time only the phenol will be formed. So there is no iodine. So the remaining all these cases, whatever the alkyl group is there, either primary or secondary or tertiary, then both will be formed as iodides. Clear all of you? So next, come to the limited amount of hydrogen iodide. Sir, in case if you take the limited amount of hydrogen iodide, then three different cases we can observe. Then reaction with hydrogen iodide, which is limited. So at that time, three cases I chose. So first, then case number one, case one. That is case one. In case if you take, if both alkyl groups are alkyl groups. So in the ether, R bond O bond R is there. Both in case alkyl groups are primary alkyls. Both alkyl groups are primary alkyl groups. Then one alkyl group acts as a iodide. One alkyl group can be converted into alcohol when it is in the limited case. So I told that if two alkyl groups are primary alkyl groups, two alkyl groups are primary alkyl groups, the reaction takes place SN2 mechanism. SN2 mechanism reaction takes place. SN2 reaction takes place. How it is, we'll discuss later. Then case 2, look at. Then case 2. If one of alkyl group, tertiary alkyl or phenyl, or we call it as that's it, phenyl or benzyl group or tertiary alkyl group, then at that time SN1 mechanism takes place. So how it is SN1 mechanism, why it is SN1 mechanism, both will discuss. Then case 3, if any one of alkyl group is secondary, any one of alkyl group is secondary alkyl, either SN1 mechanism takes place or SN2 mechanism takes place. It is depends upon the solvent. So SN1 and SN2 mechanism, depends on solvent. Yeah. So three cases we'll discuss one by one. So how it is depends on the solvent. Then the first one, in case both alkyl groups are primary alkyl groups, one alkyl group is converted into alkyl iodide, another alkyl group can be converted into alcohol. How it is happens that we have to discuss in the mechanism. The mechanism will discuss. So why it is SN2, why it is SN1, why it is SN1 and SN2, it is how it is depends upon the solvent, that we'll discuss, my dear students. Okay, clear all of you? Yes, first case we are taking, the first case. Case number 1, if both alkyl groups are primary alkyl halides, primary alkyl groups, then SN1 mechanism, SN2 mechanism takes place. See, first ethyl group only we are taking. CH3 bond CH2 bond O bond CH2 bond CH3. When it is treated with hydrogen iodide. So hydrogen iodide can be dissociated into H plus plus I minus. H plus plus I minus. See, look at from this hydrogen iodide H plus, so I minus will be there. H plus is going to attach to the oxygen atom because it is the most electronegative, right? Then here lone pair of electrons are there. So one of the lone pair of electron is formed as a bond in between the hydrogen and oxygen. So that is the reason here it is formed like this: CH3 bond CH2 bond O, H2, then CH2, then CH3, then lone pair of electrons will be formed. Sorry, positive charge. Lone pairs also is there. Of course, positive charge is there. So by the loss of one lone pair of electrons, then positive charge will be formed. Okay, clear, right? The two alkyl groups are there, though are primary. Even this is primary, this is primary. Clear? So now nucleophile is there. Yes, what is I minus? Here I minus, it will go and attack backside of the leaving group, any one of the leaving group. Rendu alkyl groups same length, same kind of alkyl groups aithe ఏ alkyl group లో నుంచైనా sir back side of the leaving group, for example, in case if it is attached to there, bond will be shifted towards that, so that CH3 bond CH2 bond I is going to attach to there plus, then CH3 bond, then CH2 bond, then OH will be formed like this. So one is alkyl iodide, one is alcohol will be formed. So this attacking is according to the SN2 reaction, right? SN2 reaction. So indulo carbocation form over, no formation of carbocation. Then you can remember one more, nucleophile attacks backside of leaving group, backside of leaving group. Then third one we can take, that is, so once if it is attack on the backside of the leaving group, so here when case both alkyl groups are same, it will be attack on the backside of the leaving group. Sir, in case one alkyl group size is small, one alkyl group is size is less, big, then at that time, which is having the steric hindrance is less, nothing but size is less, then it will attack on that particular alkyl group. So nucleophile attacks alkyl group which is less steric hindrance. Remember, my dear students, very important this is. So less steric hindrance, nothing but less size or small size of alkyl group. Clear? Say, so when both alkyl groups are primary alkyl groups, according to SN2 reaction takes place, so that one is primary alkyl halide, then alcohol will be formed, alkyl halide, alcohol will be formed. Sir, rendu alkyl groups same ga unnappudu న్యూక్లియోఫైల్ ఎటు సైడ్ నుంచి అయినా అటాక్ చేయొచ్చు. రెండు ఆల్కైల్ గ్రూప్స్ డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏ ఆల్కైల్ గ్రూప్ అయితే స్మాల్ సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్కైల్ గ్రూప్ ఉంటుందో లేదా లెస్ స్టీరిక్ హెండరెన్స్ ఉంటుందో దాని వైపు నుంచి వచ్చి అటాక్ చేస్తుంది. సో న్యూక్లియోఫైల్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇట్ అటాక్స్ బ్యాక్ సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ది లివింగ్ గ్రూప్. Sir, in case if it is attached to there, this is the leaving group you have to assume. Clear, my dear students? Understand all of you? Right? Yes, look at now. Then case number 2. In the case number 1, the one more example we'll see. So one more example we'll see. So this is one of the first example. Yes. In case CH3 bond O bond CH2 bond CH3. Now two alkyl groups are different alkyl groups, but both are primary alkyl groups, right? Yes. So when primary alkyl groups are there, then see, look at hydrogen iodide if we take. So from the hydrogen iodide, I told one is H plus, Then one is I minus will be formed. H plus is going to attach. So where the oxygen is there, resulting what happens, man? CH3 bond O bond H bond CH2 bond CH3, like this will be formed. Then here positive charge will be formed. Then nucleophile, which is the nucleophile here? I minus. Which type of mechanism takes place? When both are alkyls or primary alkyls, then SN2 mechanism takes place. Remember, my dear students. So even the preparations of both ethers, one is from dehydration of alcohol, one is from Williamson's ether synthesis. Both preparation methods are, so according to the SN2 mechanism takes place. According to the SN2 mechanism takes place. Then even hydrogen iodide reaction with both are primary alkyl groups, there also SN2 mechanism takes place. So I minus, I told that when different alkyl groups are there, so where the small size of alkyl groups are less steric hindrance, there it will be go and attach. Then the remaining it is leaving group. So resulting what happens, man? CH3I plus, then CH3 bond CH2 bond OH will be formed. So finally, one is alkyl iodide, one is alcohol will be formed like this. Clear, my dear students? Yes, note down the question. Sorry, note down the equation. Next, case 2 we have to discuss. What is the case 2? The case 2 is, if one of the alkyl group, case 2 what I told, if one alkyl group is tertiary alkyl or benzyl group, then reaction takes place. Even this is SN1 mechanism. SN1 mechanism. How it is SN1 mechanism. Look at. So one of the example I am taking. Ether. In the ether, one of the alkyl group that must be tertiary. Then CH3 bond C bond CH3. Then bond CH3. See oxygen bond. Then CH3. Like this will be there. Is that ether or not? Yes, ether. So this group is tertiary alkyl. This group is primary alkyl. Tertiary and primary alkyl groups are there. Once if it is reaction with a hydrogen iodide, H plus, then I minus both will be there. First H plus will go and attach to there where the oxygen is there. Then resulting what happens, man? Then see, look at. Then CH3, then CH3, then CH3, then oxygen, then H, then CH3, then positive charge will be there. See, actually, here what happens, this is act as a leaving group, then the completely shifted towards that. Once completely shifted towards that, then carbocation is formed. Then CH3, then CH3, then CH3, positive charge plus, then CH3OH will be formed. See, so where the tertiary is there, carbocation is formed. So carbocation attached with a nucleophile I minus, then alkyl iodide, tertiary alkyl iodide. Here the tertiary butyl iodide will be formed. So even in this case also, one is alcohol, one is iodide will be formed. But the reaction is taking place according to the SN1 mechanism. So in the SN1 mechanism, so what are majorly takes place here? The first one is carbocation will be formed. Carbocation will form. Then second case you have to observe that then iodide attached to tertiary group only. Tertiary group. Why tertiary group only? Because according to the SN1 mechanism, tertiary alkyl groups are more stable than that of secondary, than that of primary. So according to the stability, which is the more stable carbocation, so that is going to attach there. So iodide is going to where the stable carbocation is there it will attach. Clear, my dear students? Understand all of you? So according to SN1 mechanism, what happens? Carbocation is formed. Yes. The nucleophile is going to attach tertiary carbocation. Yes. So alkyl iodide and then alcohol will be formed both, right? Then which is the tertiary, for that only iodine will be attached. So టెర్షరీ గ్రూప్ ఉన్నప్పుడు అయోడిన్ ఖచ్చితంగా టెర్షరీ గ్రూప్ కి మాత్రమే అటాచ్ అవుతుంది. దెన్ ప్రైమరీ గ్రూప్ కి ఏం అటాచ్ అవుతుంది? OH గ్రూప్ అటాచ్ అవుతుంది. క్లియర్ మై డియర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్? సో ఇన్ జనరల్ ఏ క్వశ్చన్ ఇఫ్ యు టేక్ CH3 bond O or C bond CH3, then tell me CH3, then O bond CH3, then when it is treated with hydrogen iodide, so excess of hydrogen iodide or limited amount of hydrogen iodide? Yes, limited amount of hydrogen iodide only. So limited hydrogen iodide if we take, sir, A and B will be formed. So what are A and B? So what are A and B? So you have to tell. So tell me the answer in the comment section, otherwise I will explain to you. See, one more I told in the secondary case. One is alkyl group tertiary, another one benzyl I told. Sir, in case benzyl group is there, benzyl nothing but I told that benzene attached with CH2 bond O bond CH2 CH3 like this, or otherwise simply CH3. This is benzyl group. See, once a benzyl group is attached to there, then what happens? So ఏం జరుగుతా ఉంది? హైడ్రోజన్ అయోడైడ్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు, see, hydrogen iodide, even limited amount. So from this what I told, H plus will come. H plus is going to attach where the oxygen atom is there. Then benzene going to attach to there. Then bond, what will be there? CH2 bond CH3 like. Then H, then positive charge. See, now bond will shift towards this or bond will shift towards this. So bond will shift towards this only because the double bond character will be present, I told. I'm very sorry. CH2 also is there. CH2 bond O, then CH2 CH3, then H. So here positive charge is there. So bond will shift towards that. అటువైపు షిఫ్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో అటువైపు షిఫ్ట్ అవుతే ఏం జరుగుతుంది? So benzyl is there, benzyl group. Yes, benzyl group is there. Benzyl group, then CH2 plus carbocation is formed. So it is a stable carbocation when compared to the tertiary. So tertiary and benzyl carbocation almost same stability will be present. So then here what will be there? CH3 bond CH2 bond OH will be formed. Then plus one more for this carbocation. A carbocation is benzyl carbocation. Benzyl carbocation. For benzyl carbocation, I minus is going to attach where the positive charge is there. So benzyl iodide will be formed. See, even in this case also what happens? SN1 mechanism takes place. So tertiary alkyl case also SN1 mechanism. Then the benzyl case also SN1 mechanism. The both cases SN1 mechanism will be present. So formation of carbocation, nucleophile is going to attach where the stable carbocation is there. So here one is alkyl iodide, then one is alcohol, both will be formed. So this is second one. Then case 3 will be there. The case 3 is what? Case 3 is, sir, in case secondary alkyl groups are there, it is depends upon the solvent I told. So how it is depends upon the solvent? Sir, in case polar protic solvents and polar aprotic solvents are present. Polar protic solvents are present, SN1 mechanism. Polar aprotic solvents are present, SN2 mechanism takes place. That we have to discuss in the case 3. Yes, noted. Next, go for case 3. Case 3. If alkyl group is, if alkyl group, any one of the alkyl group, if any one of alkyl group, if any one of alkyl group is secondary alkyl group, then for example depends on solvent I told. So generally solvents are two types, such as polar protic solvents. Polar protic solvents అంటే polarity ఉండాలి, proton ఇవ్వాలి. So for example, for the polar protic solvents, sir, H2O, then CH3OH, then HCOOH, then C2H5OH. So all these are polar protic solvents. So in the presence of polar protic solvents, what happens? SN2 mechanism takes place. SN2 mechanism takes, yes. Polar protic solvents, right? I am very sorry for this. Polar protic solvents, SN1, not SN2. Polar protic solvents, SN1 mechanism takes place. Then polar aprotic solvents. Polar aprotic solvents. Polar aprotic solvents, example. Then polar aprotic solvents, example, that is acetone, CH3, then C double bond O, CH3. Why we are calling a polar aprotic solvents? See, it won't give H plus ions. So which can give H plus ions, that we are calling polar protic solvents. Which cannot give H plus ions, that we are calling polar aprotic solvents, absent. Protein is absent. Then even if you take DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, we call dimethyl sulfoxide. Even that is also polar aprotic solvents. The polar aprotic solvents is there, SN2 mechanism takes place. The polar protic solvents are there, SN1 mechanism takes place. See how it is, one by one we'll discuss. Yes, note down up to here. Then some of the questions also we'll discuss based on it. Clear, my dear students? Yes. So one of the secondary group we are taking, that is, say look at CH3 bond CH bond CH3 bond O bond CH3, like this is there. So two different solvents if you take. So one is polar protic like H2O. Then what reaction takes place? SN1 reaction takes place. Then polar aprotic like CH3 C double bond O CH3 acetone. Then here SN2 mechanism takes place. So remember, blindly you can remember SN2 mechanism తీసుకున్నప్పుడు కార్బోక్యాటయాన్ ఫామ్ అవ్వదు. న్యూక్లియోఫైల్ ఎక్కడైతే స్మాల్ సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్కైల్ గ్రూప్ ఉందో దానికి అటాచ్ అవుతుంది. సో అడిషన్ ఆఫ్ హైడ్రోజన్ అయోడైడ్లో పోలార్ ప్రోటిక్ సాల్వెంట్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు అయోడిన్ స్మాల్ సైజ్కి అటాచ్ అవుతుంది. సో వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ SN2. సరే, అదే పోలార్ ప్రోటిక్ సాల్వెంట్స్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు సో అయోడిన్ అనేది లార్జ్ సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్కైల్ గ్రూప్స్కి అటాచ్ అవుతుంది when it is SN1. That you have to remember blindly. SN1 large size of alkyl group is attached. That should be secondary. Then SN2, that should be primary. So if you write SN2 mechanism, if you write SN1 mechanism, if you come to the SN1 mechanism, so what are the products? CH3 bond CH bond CH3. Then iodine is attached to the, for SN1 mechanism, iodine is attached to the secondary alkyl group. Then plus remaining CH3 bond OH will be present. Then if you come to there, then CH3 bond, look at CH3 bond, then CH bond CH3 bond OH will be formed, then CH3I will be formed. So ఇలా ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. సో SN2 రియాక్షన్ జరిగినప్పుడు అయోడిన్ అనేది స్మాల్ సైజ్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్కైల్ గ్రూప్ మాత్రమే అటాచ్ అవుతుంది. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద 3 కేసెస్ వెన్ రియాక్షన్ విత్ హైడ్రోజన్ అయోడైడ్. సో లుక్ ఎట్ మై డియర్ స్టూడెంట్స్, ఇందులోనే ఈథర్లో సరే ఇన్ కేస్ అనిసోల్ ఇస్ దర్, అంటే అరైల్ ఈథర్స్ అంటాం వాటిని, అనిసోల్ ఉంది. సో అనిసోల్ the benzene attached with OCH3 లేదా ethoxy benzene attached with OC2H5 is there. This is we call methoxy benzene, then this is ethoxy benzene. The methoxy benzene when treated with hydrogen iodide, the limited case, even if you take limited case or even if you take excess case, even if you take excess also, so ఏది తీసుకున్నా ఖచ్చితంగా ఫీనాల్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. OH plus the remaining alkyl group, that will be converted into iodide. Clear? Even in this case also, so hydrogen iodide, if you take excess or limited తీసుకున్నా, excess తీసుకున్నా, then one must be phenol plus then CH3 bond CH2 bond I. See, now two of the questions which are belongs to EAPCET examination that we'll discuss. So ఒక 2 questions EAPCET examination నుంచి సార్ ఇదే ఈథర్ గురించి, ఈథర్ రియాక్షన్ విత్ హైడ్రోజన్ అయోడైడ్ గురించి కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో దాన్ని మనం డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. Yes, look my dear students, the question number 1, when in the following reaction major products are, in the following reaction major products are, so question is benzene here attached with oxygen, then directly attached with again benzene, and reaction with hydrogen iodide. They are not mentioned either limited or excess. So because the phenol group is there, so then options are mentioned. Option A, benzyl alcohol, benzene attached with the CH2OH, then plus benzene attached directly to the iodine. Then option B, benzene attached to alkyl iodide, then one more is phenol. Then option C, benzene attached with alkyl iodide plus even this is also iodine. D, the benzene is converted into CH3 then plus, then benzene attached with iodine is once, then even OH also is attached. Observe the question carefully. Observe the all options carefully. So I told that when hydrogen iodide is there, any one of the benzyl group is there, na? So here positive charge will be formed, then CH2, the stable carbocation is there. Sir, anionic part, is going to attach there itself. Then in between the carbon and oxygen, a double bond character is there due to the resonance I told. So carbon ki oxygen ki madhya unna bond ni break cheyadam kudaradu kabatti, so aa benzene ఈ బెంజీన్ ఫీనాల్ గానే కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. దెన్ ఈ బెంజీన్ బెంజైల్ గ్రూప్ గా కన్వర్ట్ అయ్యి ఫస్ట్, దెన్ బెంజైల్ గ్రూప్ నథింగ్ బట్ హియర్ CH2 ప్లస్, దెన్ దట్ ఈస్ అటాచ్డ్ టు ద అయోడిన్, దట్ ఈస్ I minus. So plus minus when it is removed, CH2I. So benzene attached with CH2I, benzene attached with CH2I, రెండు ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అందులో సెకండ్ వన్ ప్రోడక్ట్ చూస్తే, so the benzene attached with direct OH, right? So benzene attached with direct OH. So second one, benzene attached with direct OH. The B option is correct answer. Understand, my dear students? So this question 2019 May 4th kadina question. 2019 May 4th kadina question idi. Okay? Understand all of you? So next question. We'll see the next question. Same type of question will be there. One more question. So X and Y in the following reaction. What are X and Y in the following reaction? They are mentioned like this. This is the question. So look at. So one is cyclohexyl group is there, attached to one more benzene is there. Benzene. When it is reaction with hydrogen iodide. So look at the options. Option A, that is hexyl iodide, then benzene iodide. Sorry, benzene iodide. Then B, cyclohexyl iodide, then plus phenol, then C, cyclohexanol plus benzene attached with iodine. Then last fourth option, that is D, cyclohexane attached with OH, even benzene attached with OH, that is phenol. So which is correct? See, I told that, so wherever the oxygen attached with directly to the benzene ring, ఎక్కడైతే డైరెక్ట్ గా బెంజీన్ రింగ్ అటాచ్ అయిందో, సో ఆ మధ్యలో ఉన్న బాండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ లైక్ ఎ డబుల్ బాండ్ క్యారెక్టర్, సో ఇట్ వోంట్ బ్రేక్ డ్యూ టు ద రెజోనెన్స్ డబుల్ బాండ్ క్యారెక్టర్ ఇస్ ఫార్మ్. సో ఇది బ్రేక్ అవ్వదు, ఇక్కడ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇది బ్రేక్ అవ్వకపోతే ఇక్కడ బ్రేక్ అవుతే ఇక్కడ అయోడిన్ వచ్చి అటాచ్ అవుతుంది. సో cyclohexane is directly attached to the iodine, then benzene attached with O minus, then H plus, so that is phenol. So iodine, then phenol. So this is the answer. Even this question they are given in the 2020 September 11th kadina question. September 11th kadina question. If you look at, my dear students, so these are the questions they're asking in the examination. EAPCET examination questions, say these are. Yeah, one more is there. One more very tricky question. Observe the question carefully. Reaction with hydrogen iodide only. So that is benzene the here oxygen is there. So even this is also ether, is a cyclic ether. Here methyl groups are present. The major product of following reaction is, so hydrogen iodide, they are mentioned, it is only one equivalent. So one equivalent, ఒకటే hydrogen iodide అంటే limited. So at 0 degrees Celsius also they are mentioned. Major product of the following reaction is, the major, so this is benzene man, major product of the following reaction. So observe the question carefully. So options kuda note chesta unna. One is benzene attached with CH3 bond CH3I. Then here in this case OH, this is A. Then B, so in this case oxygen is there. Then one more CH3. Then C, benzene attached with C, double bond CH2. Then CH3I. Here it is I, iodine. Then last fourth case, that is benzene, CH3 there, even CH3 there, then OH there, then iodine. See, look at. So observe the question carefully. Benzene ki CH2 attached cheyindi, it is a benzyl carbocation, a tertiary carbocation. Tell me the answer. So the both are stable carbocations. Then in these two, which is more stable carbocation, that you have to tell. So tertiary carbocation also is there. Then benzyl carbocation also is there. The previous we have discussed either benzyl carbocation or tertiary carbocation, then SN2 mechanism takes place. Clear? SN2 mechanism takes place. Oh, sorry, SN1 mechanism takes place, we are discussing. So SN1 mechanism ante carbocation form avutundi. So ఏ కార్బోకేటయాన్ స్టేబుల్ కార్బోకేటయాన్ అయితే అది ఆ కార్బోకేటయాన్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇక్కడ sir, when comparative to tertiary and benzyl carbocation, remember in this case the tertiary carbocation is more stable. So bond will be break. Then look at, that is benzene attached with, then CH3 bond CH3. So here positive charge will be formed. Then this is a bond CH2, then bond O minus, it will be formed like this. So wherever the negative charge is there it will go and attach hydrogen atom. Wherever the positive charge is there, we know it is iodine will be attached. So answer is this. So remember, my dear students, when benzyl carbocation and tertiary carbocation both are competing. Sir, actually, sir, even in this case benzyl carbocation, in this case also we call it the benzyl carbocation, and as well as tertiary. ఇక్కడ రెండు వర్క్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాయి. Tertiary also is there in this case. Even benzyl carbocation also is there in this case. రెండు వర్క్ చేస్తా ఉన్నాయి. Because see, 3 carbon atoms are attached to the particular carbon, it is a tertiary. Then as well as benzene is attached to benzyl. So this is more stable when comparative to this. Wherever the more stable carbocation is there iodine should be attached. Iodide should be attached. So this is the answer for that particular question, my dear students. So this question is given in the previous examination. It is 2021 August 60. 2021 August 6th. August 6th ki question. Yes. So these are the questions, my dear students. If you have any doubt, ask in the comment section. So these are the questions we are discussed today. Ethers mainly. Ethers గురించి కంప్లీట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. సో మార్నింగ్ ఒక వీడియో, ఇప్పుడు ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ ఒక వీడియో చేశాను. సో రెండు కూడా లైవ్ సెషన్లో ఉన్నాయి. సో దోస్ ఆర్ ప్రిపేరింగ్ ఫర్ ద JEE మెయిన్స్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ అండ్ నీట్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్. సో ఈవెన్ JEE అడ్వాన్స్లో కూడా ఇలాంటి టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతూ ఉంటాడు. సో కేసెట్, JEE మెయిన్, కేసెట్ లేదా JEE అడ్వాన్స్ లేదా దెన్ EAPCET ఎగ్జామినేషన్లో కూడా ఇలాంటి టైప్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతూ ఉంటాడు. సో మనం డిస్కస్ చేసిన క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్నీ కూడా MCET క్వశ్చన్స్, దట్ ఆర్ EAPCET ఎగ్జామినేషన్ క్వశ్చన్స్. సో ప్రిపేర్ వెల్, subscribe, those are preparing, so better to follow my channel. So all the live videos are uploaded in the same channel, that is LN brand of chemistry. So please follow my channel, share my channel, then please increase my channel ability to go for all. Thank you very much.